Now let's look at a very interesting trap from the 18th century once again. It is called Blackburne Shilling trap. In this trap, black violates all the basic opening principles, and in order to catch white off guard. So at first it looks as if black is playing careless moves, but after an obvious queen into g2, you can see that white is in deep trouble. So this trap comes out of variation of the Italian game, which we have discussed in the first two first trap that we have discussed in this section. So Blackburne is he's a master from the 18th century. So is Shilling. So they both are the authors of this trap. So let's have a look. White plays e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4. So this is an Italian game. So the normal continuation is bishop c5, or I can play knight f6, or he can play bishop e7 even. But he chose to play knight d4. This is a very careless move. I mean, it's a dubious move. It's not careless, it's dubious. If white plays something like knight d4, which is much better, pawn takes d4, and white is in a much better position because he has developed one piece and he's ready to castle. Whereas black's all pieces are in the back rank. But white gets greedy and he plays knight e5, capturing the e5 pawn, which is unguarded, and also threatening to capture on the weak square on f7. I can play knight f7 or bishop f7. But black has got as a source queen g5, and he's attacking this pawn, and also the knight here, threatening to capture this knight as well. So obviously knight has to move, and black again was greedy. He could have probably saved the knight, but he tried to pin, tried to capture f7 and fork the queen and knight. He played knight f7, forking the rook and also the queen at the same time. So black will either lose the queen or the rook, and he'll be material down. But he has got a beautiful resource, and he played queen takes g2, threatening to take the knight here, the rook here, which is under attack. So white saved the rook by playing rook f1. Now I'll give you 3 seconds to find out next obvious move. Alright, so you might be thinking something similar in the lines of knight f3, but then king goes to e2 and escapes, and there's no checkmate. Then probably they have to play something like d6 and knight, bishop g4, queen g5, king e3, and king can escape. But black has a resource. He plays queen takes e4, check. It's a beautiful check, and the king can't move anywhere. This square is protected, occupied by white's pieces. So if he plays, he can only play bishop to e2, or queen to e2. Either way, if you play queen to e2, you lose a queen. So the natural move is bishop to e2. Now we have a very beautiful small third mate. Knight f3, checkmate. Now these two squares are guarded by, all the squares around the king are guarded by his own pieces, but the king is checkmated. So this is a beautiful mate, and it is called Blackburne Shilling Trap.